One lesson I've learned from computers is that if you can't figure out what's wrong, reboot. It's amazing how often that actually fixes the problem. Rebooting is not always a bad thing, not just in computers. Did you realize that the concept of rebooting didn't even start with computers? Companies invent a new product, and if it fails, they reboot and start a new product. They have a different term, but it's the same idea, isn't it? Sports teams do the same thing. They lose too many games and they reboot. They get new players, new coaches, whatever. And they just reboot. How about in your personal finances? Get too deep in trouble, reboot. We call it bankruptcy, but you know what I'm saying? Or in your career or your business, your career's not doing well, reboot. Start a new career. Start a new job. Your business isn't doing well, reboot. And start a new business. Change the way you're doing business. How about buying a new house or a new car? Isn't that kind of rebooting? We need a new house because we need more space, or we need a different location. It's a reboot. We need a new car because our old one isn't working too good. Reboot. We need a new car because we need a bigger one because we got too many kids. Reboot. Just giving somebody a second chance. That's a reboot. Taking a second chance. That's a reboot. Aren't you glad God lets us reboot our lives? Now that's another sermon, but okay. It fits here. What I was really thinking about is a great number of people I know that need to reboot. Your marriage is failing? Reboot. Make some changes to what you're doing, how you're doing it. Financial problems? Reboot. People come to me all the time complaining they don't have enough money. And one of my pet peeves is people come to me and complain they don't have enough money, and then they're sitting there smoking $300 in cigarettes a month. You're smoking $300 in cigarettes a month, and you got financial problems, you need to reboot. And you know, if you'd like, I'll put a boot up your backside, because you need it. Okay? Your job isn't going well. I don't like my job. Now, first off, sometimes you need to stick to it. But sometimes there's no hope. Reboot. Go get a new one. Stop complaining about it. I get tired of people complaining all day long about, this doesn't work well, this doesn't work well. People on Facebook are always, I got certain friends, you know who they are, because you got the same ones, begging for money. I need more money for this, I need more money for that. And then I turn around and I see the same people, and they eat out at nice places, more than I can afford. They're complaining about their finances. It isn't their finances. They need to reboot their thinking. You hear what I'm saying? Sanity has been defined as doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. I got news for you. You're doing the same thing over and over and over, and it ain't working for you. You need to reboot and do something different. If you aren't happy in your marriage, people, the answer is not to go get a divorce and start another marriage. Because let me tell you something. The person you marry the next time ain't no better than the one you got now. I ain't no better. Two people get married, they're young, they're beautiful, everyone thinks he's the most gorgeous man, she's the most beautiful woman. Everyone else thinks that. They come to me and complain that, well, she's not as pretty as she once was. What a fool. If you're basing it on physical appearance, you already got it. Now, why'd you marry her in the first place? She didn't lose that. Why'd you marry him in the first place? He's still buff today. Well, some of us aren't, but too many people come to me with that very complaint. Listen, if you aren't happy in your marriage, reboot and try something different. There's a lot of books out there to help you. Come to me and I'll give you guidance and counseling. But reboot if you aren't happy with your marriage. If you aren't happy with your finances, reboot. You know, and rebooting the finances doesn't always mean bankruptcy. It can be finding a new way to manage your money. I can teach you how to do that, but I can also just give you the book that I use and tell you, here, read this and do what it says, and you'll be fine. Not happy with your job? You can't always change your boss or your coworkers. You can reboot your attitude. Sometimes you got to reboot your job and find a new one. Well, do it. If you're feeling down and depressed, reboot your life. Change something. And as I said before, it's another sermon, but if you just aren't happy with life in general, reboot. Remember, God allows reboots in a spiritual sense as well.